All right, we got a lady that buys a TV. So we have a lady. I don't know her name, but we'll call her Lady. And we have a TV. That's $1,250. $1,250. It must be a really, really big TV. And we also have a guy that buys the exact same TV. So she paid TV. I'm sorry, she paid TV. She bought the TV. So the lady, let's write down the TV up there. So we got a lady that paid cash. She paid cash for that TV. She walked in with a bunch of $20 bills and says, what can you get me? And I'm guessing, they're not telling the whole story, but I'm assuming maybe this TV was $1,400. But she's like, well, I could give you $1,250 right now. I'm like, all right, we'll take the $1,250, because then they have $1,250 in hand. They don't have to work through a credit card company. They don't have to wait for money to come every month. So they say, all right, we'll give you a discount. And usually if you're going to pay something with cash, you'll get a discount for it because, again, cash is incredible. People are like, ooh, I want that money. I don't want to wait for it. And now you got a man who buys the exact same TV, but he finances it. So we got a lady right there. We got man. I'll put man right here. He finances the TV. Finance is such a fancy sounding word for meaning I'm going to not pay it all at one time. So basically, he's constantly losing out on his finances every month because he's paying for it. But finances just sounds like so professional, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
I know. Let's see. So how does he pay for this? So at the store, how much does he pay? $312.50 up front. We call that a down payment. So he's like, I don't have that much money, but I do have $312.50. I'll give you that right now. And then how else does he pay for it? Or what agreement does he come to? So we'll pay $85.50 per month for 12 months. So the question is, so this lady has it one and done. She's paid. This guy, for the next year, he's going to be paying for his TV. And probably by the next year, the technology for TVs will go down. But, that's what people do. So the question is, how much is this guy paying in total? How would I figure this guy out?
Multiply. You do 85.50 times 12.
No, 85.50 times 12. I'm just going to write it times 0.5 times 12. Now I'm going to use my 4th grade math, my distributive property. So that's a 10 and a 2, right? So what's 85.5 times 10? Move the decimal. So that's $855 plus, what's 85.5 times 2?
1.
So when you add those together, 1, 2, and 6?
No, 1.
1026.
Yeah,
There you go. I forgot adding that 0. So in that year, he paid $1,026. But don't forget, he also paid that up front. So the total amount he paid is $1,026 plus $312.50, which is $1,338.50. Because people want to look cool. That's a very good question. People want to spend money so they could say, oh, I'm rich, when really they're making themselves poor by spending more money. They want to look rich, but they want to become poor looking rich. So how much more did this guy spend? So the man, and take away the lady. That's what he spent.
$88 more. Or $87.50.
Oh, wow. 8 minus 0 is 8. What's 13 minus 5? Good, 8. So this guy was like, I want that TV. I'm willing to spend $88.50 more so I can have that TV now. So take away the lady, and you end up spending more money. So I guess it says in Proverbs, a good wife is a good thing to find then, I suppose. That way you save $88.50 that way. So that's basically what this lesson's about. You're going to see paying for something up front and then the financing it. So don't forget that you have to include what you paid for up front plus however long you paid for that kind of thing. Now this is very basic. This is like an agreement that would come to. Other problems would deal with like finding the percentage of it. Like if you look at car deals, they'll say, oh, you can pay up front and pay 5%. So in that case, you have to actually figure out the 5%. But right now, the basic idea right here, this is the agreement this guy came to. Figure out how much more you're doing it that way than it is for just paying up front. And again, I want you to realize if you're paying for something up front with cash, I guarantee that those guys will give you a deal. And if they don't, guess what you could do? Take your business elsewhere. But then they'll be like, oh my goodness, but then you got to really be willing to do that. Because if you make it look like you want that thing, those salesmen will know that. They're trained to know. They can read your body language and say, ooh, this guy really wants it, so I'm just going to push it as much as I can. Oh, let me go talk to my boss over here. They go to talk to their boss. They're not talking to their boss. They're just using somebody else to make it sound like, oh, this guy's so mean. I'm trying to help you out, but I can't because my boss is being mean. And then they're going to be like, they'll assume that you'll be like, well, you know what? He was trying. Oh, well, I'll just buy it. No, that's just a tactic. In fact, you should do something like that. You should have like, well, you can't. I could say something like, I want to buy something. And I'll say, ooh, I want to get that. Well, it'll cost this much. I'll say, oh, you know what? My wife would not want me to spend that much money on this kind of thing. I better not do that. So you can do the exact same thing they're doing. And then they'll be like, well, let me cut you a deal. I'm like, all right, that sounds good. Yes.
You know, like, so we're at the mall, they were like doing like the shoe thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy was like, oh, well, that's this much.
Yeah.
And we're like, we don't, I don't know what we said. We're like, no, we're okay. And then he kept lowering the price.
Yeah, see that?
We didn't buy it, but he did.
There you go.
He asked us how much we had, and we're like $11. He's like, here's a credit card, really.
He asked for a credit card. I'm in 8th grade. I don't have a credit card.
I think he thought that we had money, but we didn't.
Oh, okay. But you notice though, but you learned something from that. That guy is willing to go down in price because you're willing to walk away. You didn't make it look like, oh, I really want that. Let's see how far it'll go. It's like, it's more like, I don't have the money. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to take my business elsewhere. And you're like, oh, I'll lower it here. I'll lower it here because he wanted your cash. So, any thoughts on this? Any other questions or thoughts on that? All right. So, learn how to walk away, and then you don't have to worry about spending $88.50. Man, that's a lot of money. Man, oh man. Call of Duty.